have a blanket, just even for maybe support underneath the knee in some of the poses that we're coming into, or if you know you want that blanket for the end for Shavasana, you can have that blanket. And then if you feel like you need to sit on something, so you can either use the blanket or you can use a bolster or a pillow. All right, awesome. I'm so excited to see y'all. Well, I see one of you. Hi, Diana. And you do also have the choice if you want your video on or off. It's completely up to you. If you have it on, it just gives me a visual of how you're doing. And if I need to do any corrections, actually I shouldn't say corrections, some aid, but if you don't want that video on, it's okay. Okay, let's get started. So we're gonna get started in Shavasana. So Shavasana is, of course, laying down, flat on your back, arms extended. So with those arms extended, you're going to bring them about at a 45-degree angle from the side of your body, palms facing up. And you can have those legs straight, pointing towards the bottom corners of your mat. Or you can even have it just the knees bent if it feels better on your back. So if you're still not sure, and you're not in your comfortable position yet, I'm just showing both variations. My feet are flat on the floor, knees bent if my back is a little bit tender. Or you can extend those legs, feet pointing towards the bottom corners of the mat. It's like you're a nice, gentle starfish. The reason I love to start with this pose in a lot of my classes is like it just gives us time to bring that centering, grounding. So allow yourself to focus just on your breath, your natural breath. Feeling the sensations of the inhalation and the exhalation. Taking a moment to find that connection of the breath of where it's entering at the moment. So with a natural breath, are you feeling it more in the chest? Maybe within the rib cage, or maybe further below the diaphragm into the belly. And allowing yourself to connect with your thoughts. And remember my rule, my golden rule, that it is absolutely okay to think during your practice. But if you find those thoughts are completely taking over, you're going to allow yourself to redirect those thoughts as if they're floating away, out of sight, out of mind, and you're going to come back to your breath. So exhale, inhale, and exhale. Love you to do your inhalations and exhalations through the nose. If you feel that urge to exhale through the mouth once in a while, that's absolutely fine. And bringing that awareness to your physical body. We're going to do that nice body scan some of you have done with me before. Focusing on the toes, the feet, the ankles, shins, calves, knees, and thighs. Bring that awareness into your hips, the belly, scanning around the waistline till you meet at the spine closest to your tailbone. Breathe into your lower back, mid back, and upper back. And moving that awareness into your fingers, hands, wrists, and arms. Shoulders, they feel a little bit tight. Are they making their way up towards your ears? Take this moment to readjust. If you have to wiggle those shoulders down, even maybe a gentle lift in the upper back to bring those shoulder blades away, a little bit more settled into the ground. Breathe into your chest. Slowly turn your head side to side in a nice, slow, no motion, connecting those muscles and tendons in the neck. Another beautiful spot where we tend to hold a lot of tension and stress. Allow the breath to travel to those knots if you have any. Just enjoy that nice no motion back and forth. Then come back to center. Bringing that awareness into your jaw. You're a clencher like me. You're going to part those back teeth slightly. I even like to kind of open my jaw a little bit and move it side to side and then settle into a nice relaxed state. And then allowing that tongue to release from the roof of the mouth, relaxing your tongue. When you relax your tongue, you may feel more of an opening into the back of the throat. A little bit more ease for the breath to travel from this nose, the nostrils, all the way down. Eyes are soft, forehead's relaxed. Now allowing yourself to bring nice little movements to those toes and fingers. Bring those legs together, arms overhead. You're going to give yourself a beautiful stretch from the fingers all the way down to the toes. And release. Making your way up to a seated cross-legged position, Sukhasana. If you find Sukhasana a little bit too hard on the knees and you need another position for the legs, you can have either sit in hero's pose, which is seated back on the heels, or you can have those legs extended out in front of you. Listen to the body, what's more comfortable. We're going to move into our pranayama practice. We're coming into a nice variation of alternate nostril breathing. So some of you have done it with me before. With this one, we're just going to focus on one nostril at a time. We're going to do 10 repetitions through one nostril. Always with the breath, we always start on an exhalation. So let's get set. Allow that left hand to connect on the left leg, or if it's more comfortable, cupped in front of you, you pick. You're going to take that right hand, index finger only. You're going to plug the right nostril, exhale. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're on number 5. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Switch nostrils, plug that left nostril. Exhale through the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're on number 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Release the right index finger and that right hand down. Sit in stillness just for a moment. Allowing those eyes to close. And move into activation. Slowly start to warm up the body. And extend those legs out in front of you. Feet together. Hands can be gently on the mat. And we're just going to start bringing some flexion and dorsal flexion away. So plantar flexion, dorsal flexion. So on an exhalation, you're going to point your toes. Inhale, flex. Exhale. Inhale. We have one more. Exhale. Inhale. Now bring those legs apart as wide as comfortable. Like we're not going to go into a split because we are going to move into some muscle tension to continue with that warm up. I just had a brain fart on my words. So we're going to start with the right leg. You're going to bring those hands down. What you want to do is I'll show first and then we'll go into it together. You're going to exhale. When you exhale, you come over that right leg. On the inhalation, you push the floor and lift your right leg up. You can either have that foot flexed or point the toes. All right. We hold it for maybe 1 or 2 breaths. You're holding the inhalation for 1 to 2 counts, and then we're going to release. Okay. So here we go. We're going to start with that right leg. Plant those hands down. You're going to exhale. Inhale, push the floor, lift the right leg. If that right leg does not want to come up, it's okay. Remember, hold the breath. and release. Just a gentle motion. The foot rocking side to side, the leg an external rotation to an internal rotation. We're going to do that 2 more times. Planting those hands down. Exhale. Inhale, push the floor. Hold the breath. And release. Gentle rotation. One more time on the right side. Here we go. So remember, you have the choice of the toe pointed or flexed. We're going to exhale. Inhale, push the floor, lift the leg if it wants to. Hold your inhalation. Tighten the body. Tight, 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 tight. And release. Gentle shake. We're going to move over to that lovely left side. We can't ignore the left. It's important. So rotate the torso, hands down. Remember again, foot can be flexed or you can point those toes, whatever feels a little bit more comfortable for you. And again, if that leg doesn't come off the floor, we're good. So exhale, inhale, push the floor, hold the breath. And release. Gentle sway of the left leg. You're probably noticing one side was easier than the other. It's just showing you which side is more dominant for you. Here we go again. Exhale. Inhale, push. Hold the breath. And release. I remembered the word I wanted to say, alpaca. So it's the practice of muscle tension with retention of the breath. We have one more. Here we go. Exhale. Inhale, push the floor. Tight, 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 tight. Hold that breath. And release. Gentle sway. You're going to bring those legs together and then come back to Sukhasana. We're going to come into a nice torso rotation. We're going to start with rotating to the right 3 times, and then we're going to rotate to the left 3 times. Move with your breath, so those hands are placed on the legs where comfortable. You're going to exhale forward. You can do your rotation to the right. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to switch. Here we go. Go to the left. Inhale back. Exhale. Ooh, I'm feeling this on the left today. Some of you might have seen this. I lifted 140-pound bags of pellets yesterday. Yahoo! Here we go. And this is the last one. Come back up. Relax those shoulders. You're going to make your way to standing. Come to mountain pose, Tadasana. So your feet are where you prefer them to be. I want you to remember this through your practice. TCP, tension, compression. The reason we want to focus in on this, we like the tension, but we don't want compression. The difference is tension is feeling that stretch. Compression is where it's bone on bone and our body cannot move any further. You do not want to try to force that compression. So for mountain pose, your feet are either together or you can be further apart, whatever's the most comfortable for you. You're going to gently sway front to back. Arms are relaxed by your side. And then you're going to stop your swaying. We're going to move into this nice, gentle tick-tock kind of motion, standing motion. So you're going to inhale your arms up, interlace your fingers like a steeple. Shoulders are away from your ears. You're just going to gently move side to side. Almost feels like you want to go into half moon, but this is just nice and relaxed. We're gonna do 3 of these. I'm on my second one. Remember, you're moving with purpose. And come back up to center. From here, it's called a standing torso circle, circle torso. The movement is all in the torso. We don't want those hips going with us right now, maybe in a dance class, but not right now. So what you want to do is you're going to do a circle just in the upper body. We're going to do 3 rotations on the right side. It's a real slight movement because we're not moving those hips. After your 3rd rotation, go to the left 3 times. Nice controlled breath. And then come up to center. Again, your hands are still in a steeple. And a nice extended mountain pose. Again, find that positioning for the feet. If you feel like you're feeling any of that TCP, tension or compression, if you need to readjust that position of the feet, take that time. This time, we're going to go into half moon. So we're actually going to hold instead of going tick-tock side to side. You're going to inhale nice and tall and then exhale over to the right. So you're in a nice stretch laterally into the obliques. You may feel this towards the lower back. So again, in this pose, though, pull those shoulders away from the ears. Make sure you're not turning inwards or outwards. And breathe. Feet are still grounded. Your toes are gripping the mat, but you also want more weight in the heels. Inhale back up. Exhale. You got it. We're making our way to the left. And breathe. Come on back up. Bring those hands down onto the lower back. We're going to come into a nice supportive back bend. So especially if you feel like there's discomfort in the back, have that support on the back. You're going to inhale, exhale, push your hips gently forward. You can keep that neck in line with your spine, or if you have that mobility, you can stretch the front of the throat, but only if it feels good and it's not constricting your breath. Nice deep breath. Release. Inhale those arms up, and you're going to exhale into a standing forward fold. Bend the knees coming into the fold. I know other times I've told you to have your legs straight. I actually want a nice gentle bend to your knees, and I want you to bend your elbows so the opposite hand on the opposite elbow. This is our first variation. Those feet are grounded, heads relaxed. And the reason I want you to bend the knees, because then this gives you time to allow those legs to straighten if they want to. If we had come in with a straight leg, there's a possibility of stopping that mobility that your body is able to get into with that forward fold. Now bring those hands together. You're still in your forward fold. You're creating that steeple hand. You're going to inhale up. You're back into extended mountain pose. You're going to grab the right wrist with the left hand. You're going to inhale, exhale over to the left. Now we're going even deeper. This is a half moon variation B or version B. So we got that gentle pull on the right arm, getting a deeper stretch on the left or the right side. Remember though, if this isn't comfortable, go back to those steeple hands. Nice smooth breath. Inhale up. We're going to switch. Right hand around the left wrist. Beautiful inhale up. Exhale over to the right. It's a good time to check in to see if you're clenching your jaw. Allow it to relax. If you are, part those back teeth. Breathing in and out through the nose. You're going to inhale back up, release those arms. This is your choice. You can keep the arms up actually in steeple, or you can bring them back to the lower back if you feel like you want that support on the back to come into that back bend. So for steeple arms are overhead, shooting your hips gently forward, not too far. But again, if that doesn't feel comfortable, bring those hands onto the lower back with that support. Relax the face, enjoy the moment. Gonna inhale up. Gonna bring those arms up overhead, come into that standing forward fold, bend the knees. I know, I can't believe I'm saying it. And now you're gonna bring the hands down and then exhale. If you wanna bring the legs a little bit straighter, or if you like that bend in your knees. So you have connection on the floor. So if you are in a deep bend, that's where you are. If you can keep the legs a little bit straighter, cool. If you want to go a little bit further, if you have that connection of the hands on the mat, and you feel like you have control, this is a new one for some of you. You can take the palm of your hand and actually, instead of the front of the foot, bring the palm of the hand under the heel. And fold. I can feel it in my lats. And then release. Slowly roll up, step one leg at a time. And coming back into mountain. You're going to make your way, if you're not there already, if you're not at the top of your mat, make your way to the top of your mat. We're going to be coming into downward dog. So you can inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over, give yourself that just bend to the knee if you need to. Place the hands on the mat and step back to your downward dog at the Mukha Shavasana. So an upside down letter V, or an inverted V, heels can either touch the ground, or classes you'll hear them say heels to the ground. Depends on the length of your legs, depends on the build of the skeleton. And then also take this time to find the perfect position for your feet. Do you want those hip width apart? Do you want them feet together? We're going to move into another motion here. It's like a nice little simple starter to a sun salutation. So those hands are rooted. You have spider grip, so the fingers are gripping the mat like a spider. You're taking an inhalation, exhale. Then on the inhalation, come down as if you're coming into table. And then exhale, child's pose. Inhale, table. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, table. Exhale, child, balasana. Got one more after this one. So you inhale, table. Exhale, downward dog. So here comes our last one. Inhale, table. Exhale, child. Inhale, table. Exhale, downward dog. Stay in your downward dog. We're going to get ready to come into a low lunge, but first you're going to come into a three-legged dog if this is comfortable. So what you want to do is you're going to inhale your right leg up behind you. For some of us, it might be a little bit low. It might be even a little bit higher. Whatever your body wants to move into. Left foot is anchored. And on the exhalation, bend that right knee. Bring the right leg between the arms and place that right foot down onto the ground. Bring that left knee down to the mat. Remember, this is your time that if you feel like you need the books or the blocks, or if you need a blanket underneath the knee for support, you can put it there. So you can stay here in the low lunge, on blocks, or on the mat. First, what I want you to do is a gentle rocking front to back. And then settle into your low lunge. You can even bring that hand up onto the right thigh. Nice stretch. Keep breathing. From here, we're going to come into a crescent moon. So you can leave that back knee down. Everyone can bring their arms up. Or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, lifting that back knee into your crescent moon. Making your way back into that low lunge. So if that back knee came up, bring that knee down, untuck the toe. We're going to come into a nice rotation. You're going to bring that left hand down to the mat on the inside of your right foot and then rotate to the right, bringing that right arm up. Get a nice expansion of the chest. Feet are rooted. And then coming on back down with both hands. You're going to tuck that back toe and you're going to make your way however you can into downward dog. If you just need to take a moment right now into a child's pose, give yourself that moment if you'd like it, or you can kind of stick out here in downward dog for a moment. Again, finding that position for the feet together or hip width apart. Listen to the body. Remember that TCP, tension compression. We don't want that compression. When you are ready, you're going to take that left leg up behind you. And then you're going to bring that foot forward, preparing for your low lunge. So I'm just going to move the blocks out of the way. And so just so you can see, I'm just going to move, add a gentle rocking front to back. It's nice and gentle. Then settling into my low lunge. Remember those choices. Hands on the mat, hands on the blocks, or you can bring the hands to the thigh, the left thigh. So I'm feeling this within my right side, into my pelvis, down into my quad, and my groin, actually feeling it more in my pelvis and my groin this morning. We're going to move into that crescent moon. Remember, you can keep that knee down, bring those arms up, nice gentle back bend, or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, tuck that back toe, lift the left knee, or the right knee, sorry, up, and come up into your crescent moon. Remember to breathe. Feet are anchored. And then gently bring those arms down. Remember, we're moving with purpose and control. That back knee can come back down. Right hand is anchored beside the left. You're going to do a nice rotation towards the left. So I'm getting a nice opening of my chest. I have control of my breath. And also watching and knowing where you want to rotate the neck. If you get to a point in the neck where you feel like you're tightening up and you're kind of catching your breath, you've probably gone too far. So just allow that neck to be comfortable wherever you place it. One more breath in. Exhale. Bring that left hand down. You know where we're going? Downward dog. Allow the head to come through the arms. Fingers are gripping the mat. Heels, as if there's an imaginary string on those heels, being pulled down to the mat, not saying they have to touch. Spider grip fingers. We're gonna move into that sequence one more time, but we're just gonna add 2 more things to it. So bring that right leg up behind you, wherever it wants to go. Bend the knee, shift it forward, and bring that right foot between the hands. Bring that left knee down. Come into that low lunge. You're gonna untuck that back toe, that gentle motion. You can feel the hips getting a little bit more mobile, hopefully. I know I am. Then I'm gonna move into my crescent moon, sweeping those arms up, tucking the back toe if I wanna bring up that left knee. So here's your choices here. From crescent moon, you can just open yourself up to the side if the knee is down. If the knee is up, you're gonna bring that back foot flat, move into your warrior 2. The arms are gonna extend, so we're working on strengthening those arms, shoulders away from the ears, pushing those feet into the ground. Those legs are engaged, muscles are activated. And then you're gonna bring that front forearm, your right forearm down to the mat, not the mat, sorry, your thigh, rotate left arm by the ear. But also listening to your left shoulder joint. If it does not like that extension, alongside the body. One more deep breath in. Exhale. You're gonna inhale back up to warrior 2. Turn that heel if that left knee is up off the ground, or if it's on the ground, you can come back down into your crescent moon. So you choose where you wanna go from your warrior 2, if the knee was up or the knee was down to crescent. Come into your lunge. Bring that left hand beside the right foot. Come into your rotation. And step back to downward dog. If you need to take a break here, go ahead, go into child. Or if you need a little bit of a drink of water, you can grab a drink of water quickly. And then we're gonna move to the left side. Bring that left foot up. Left foot between the hands, knee down, right knee down. Gentle mobility. Give a gentle motion to those hips. Untuck that back toe, come into your lunge. So remember, floor, blocks, or thigh. Come into that crescent moon, arms up, right knee is still down, or you can raise yourself up. If that knee is down, we're gonna move into warrior 2. You're just gonna open yourself, rotating to the right, arms are at a T. If you're at the crescent moon, whoops, with the knee up, rotate the back foot, warrior 2. Guys, choose where you wanna go. I'm gonna let you have this back view so you can see how my shoulders aren't up, they're down. I'm looking over those front fingers, feet are gripping, my legs are solid. Inhale, left forearm down to left thigh. I'm rotating my right arm down and around, coming up by my right ear. Or again, if it doesn't feel good on my shoulder joint, bringing the arm down. On your way back up to warrior 2, feet pushing, torso straight. Rotate that back heel. If the knee is up, come into your crescent moon. If the knee is up, bring the hands down to the floor, release that knee with control. Or if you're already with the knee down, bring those hands down to the floor. for that lunge. Root the right hand into the mat by the left foot, rotate left arm up. So you're probably noticing we're working into the spine, we're working into the hips. I'm taking our time with this morning because I really want you personally to connect to your practice. You're going to bring left hand down, tuck those the right toes. There's only one, there's not more than, or there is more than one toe, and you just step back to your downward dog. On an inhalation, bring those knees down to table. Exhale, Balasana, child's pose. So there's lots of options for child. If it's something that you haven't practiced a lot before, your options are your knees can be together. So you have a little bit of compression on the belly coming into the forward fold, or you can have those knees apart and you can have that extra room to come down. You can allow that head to release onto the ground, or if you have a book or block, onto the block. And if you don't have that and the head still doesn't want to come all the way down, or you just want support underneath your forehead, I always stack the fists, forehead on that top fist, and breathe. On your next breath in, roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. And slide off your heels. Just extend your legs just for a moment. Give a gentle shake. We just did some beautiful movements, standing the whole time. We're half standing. We're just going to do a few floor poses to allow the body to sink a little bit deeper into those, into the fascia, work into the muscles. So we're first going to go into Baddha Konasana, which is butterfly. So for butterfly, you want to bring the soles of the feet together. For some of us, we might have a nice big diamond, depending on the mobility of our hips and our knees. Others, we might be able to get a little bit closer. The knees may be coming up to our ears, or the knees could be down. I'm holding my feet, and I'm just doing a gentle up and down motion of my legs. Don't go fast. If you want to go deeper into Baddha Konasana, into butterfly, you can bring the knees up a little bit closer, place those elbows on the legs, and you're going to inhale spine straight, or as straight as you can, and on the exhalation, use those elbows to create a little bit of pressure on the legs, and you can come into a forward fold, but only if it feels good. Your forward fold may be just a little centimeter, or like a millimeter. So you choose what you want to do. So in butterfly, you can tell, get into the groin, the pelvis, the hips. If there's any discomfort in those knees, make your diamond bigger, or your butterfly wings. You're going to slowly roll up. If you were in the fold, you're going to extend the left leg. Bring the right foot against the left thigh. If you're floating and you need a blanket or a block, you can place that underneath that floating knee. If you feel like there's pressure underneath that left knee, take a blanket, place it underneath the knee, or you can just give yourself a bend in the knee. If it doesn't feel good straight, don't do it. So flex that left toe. You're going to inhale, arms up. Rotate your torso so it's over that left leg, and you're going to exhale, coming into your fold. You're going to release those arms down wherever they touch the left leg. For some of us, it will be the thigh. Others, it may be just past the knee, onto the shins and the calves. If you have that mobility and you can reach your ankle, your foot, you can hold the foot or interlace the hands behind that left foot and release the neck down. Or I guess I should say chin towards the chest. Nice, smooth breath. If you want to go a step further, you can bring that left hand to the inside of the left leg or foot, and you can open yourself to center. So for some of us, it could be just a gentle rotation, or for some others, it's a nice wide rotation. And if you feel like you want to go further, bringing that right arm up beside the right ear. And breathe. Smooth breath. Come on back up. Releasing that arm if it was extended overhead. You're going to bring those feet back together, coming into Baddha Konasana. You may feel a difference on one side of the body where we just went into Janusarasana. So Janusarasana is our one-legged forward fold. You can come into the full fold if you want, or you can just stay with those feet connected. Come on back up. Extending the right leg, connecting that left foot to the right thigh. Shoulders relaxed. You're going to inhale, both arms up, turn the torso over that right leg. Exhale, coming over the right leg. So remember, could be the thigh, could be the calf or shin, could be the ankle, could be around the foot. Allow the face to relax. Focusing on the breath. You want to add that rotation, bring the right hand to the inside of the leg, wherever it lies, the thigh, shin, calf, or the foot. And then you can bring that right arm overhead if it's comfortable, adding that extra stretch on the left side. Maybe that right foot is flexed, so you feel kind of that slack with it, flex those toes. And then making releasing left arm down, bring those legs together. That's right, Baddha Konasana. That was our third time going into butterfly. You can stay straight, or you can come into that fold. And now realizing after we've stretched out both sides, this third time going into butterfly, is it a little bit easier? Is it the same? Are you feeling different sensations, maybe within the hips or the back, the pelvis or the groin? Or maybe you're feeling it somewhere completely different. Again, if there's discomfort in the knees, make your diamond, your wings, a little bit wider. And then come on back up. Gonna bring those knees up with control. Don't just flap them up really quickly. Nice smooth movement. And then you're gonna come to laying down with those knees bent. We're gonna come into our bridge pose. We've just done quite a few forward folds. So we need to do a nice counter pose to that, which is bridge. So we're gonna move our spine in a different direction. We always wanna make sure that we're bringing that balance. If we're doing one movement, we wanna do the opposite movement to bring that balance. So feet are hip width apart. Arms and hands are on the mat. We're just gonna come into a nice simple bridge this morning. And you're gonna exhale. On the breath in, lift your hips, then slowly come up the spine from the tailbone, up the spine to whatever's comfortable. You can keep those hands on either side, or you can bring them closer underneath. Make sure your knees stay that hip width apart. If you feel like they're starting to turn in or turn out, have a nice imaginary soft ball or block between your knees. And then the reason I'm saying that, that gives you that visual to bring those knees back in line. Feet are grounding, grip those toes on the mat. Nice smooth breath. And release down one vertebra at a time with control. You're gonna bring those knees in towards your chest. If they don't want to reach the chest and they're hanging out a little bit further, leave them there. Just grab your shins and bring them closer. If you're able to get them closer to you, you can hug coming over the, I guess behind the shins. I meant behind the thighs. Now, if they're closer, wrap those hands around your shins. Gentle rocking. We're going to come into our last pose before final relaxation. It's a reclined spinal twist. You have a choice on how you want to come into this. So we can bring those knees hip width apart, not hip width apart, sorry, the knees perpendicular to the hips. Arms are at a T or at a cactus, and you can come down to the right. So this is the first variation. The next variation would be wrapping the right leg over the left, and then, left over the right, and then rotating down. So I'm getting a deeper stretch into the back if you have that mobility. If you don't, you can keep those knees stacked. You want to make sure left shoulder is on the mat. So if you've rotated down and your torso is flipping over, you've gone too far. So then you just want to play with the angle of the hips so you can allow that left shoulder to relax down. Nice smooth breath. Allow the face to relax. What I like about these reclined spinal twists is you actually don't have to do anything. You want your body to melt onto your mat and take away that control of holding the pose. Allow gravity to be your friend and allow it to dictate where your body's settling in. Come back up to center. If you had that wrap of the legs, unwrap them. If you didn't have the wrap, that's okay. If you are going to wrap onto the other side, switch. So the right's wrapping around the left. It's almost like eagle legs. It actually is eagle legs. And then you're going to rotate to the left. So again, oops, there goes my water bottle. And here comes my dog. That's a shocker. First time he's coming and disturb the class. Hey, buddy? So settling in to the pose. Yes, I know. Go lay down. If you're lucky and you have a puppy by you, enjoy every moment. They're such good therapy. Then come back up to center. Unwrap. Sorry about that, guys. And then allowing yourself to settle into final relaxation, Shavasana. Come here, lay down. Lay down. So arms are extended, about a 45-degree angle from the body, palms up. Legs are extended, feet pointing towards the bottom corners of your mat. Remember, if you want to have a bend in your knees, you can, to come into your final relaxation, especially if there's any discomfort in the lower back, or you can put a blanket or a bolster underneath the knees. Allowing yourself to settle down into Shavasana, final relaxation. I'm going to walk you through a nice little visual practice. Allowing the eyes to close. Allow your toes, feet, and legs to relax. My toes, feet, and legs are relaxed. My toes, feet, and legs are completely relaxed. I relax my hips, my belly, and my chest. My hips, belly, and chest are relaxed. My hips, belly, and chest are completely relaxed. I relax my hands, wrists, and arms to relax. My hands, wrists, and arms are relaxed. My hands, wrists, and arms are completely relaxed. I relax my shoulders, my neck, and my jaw. My shoulders, neck, and jaw are relaxed. My shoulders, neck, and jaw are completely relaxed. I relax my tongue, my eyes, and my forehead. My tongue, eyes, and forehead are relaxed. My tongue, eyes, and forehead are completely relaxed. I relax my whole body. My whole body is relaxed. My whole body is completely relaxed. You start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, bringing small movements to your wrists and your ankles. Turning your head side to side in a nice slow, no motion. And then gently bring your legs and feet together and bring your arms overhead so the fingers are pointing to the back wall. Nice gentle stretch. You can even do a gentle stretch laterally, getting into those obliques. And then making your way up to a seated cross-leg position. Or you can stay exactly where you are. Allowing the eyes to close wherever you choose to be. Bringing the palms together in front of the heart to Anjuli Mudra, even if you're still laying down. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, remember to send me a message and I will have the recording out to you by this evening. Have a great day. And as we say at school en français, bonne journée. We'll see you guys later. Have a great one.